How's it going, everyone? Welcome back to the channel and part 2 of the Samsonas sequential install into my mk3 Supra. So today I just got to sort out a couple of things. I've been told that I've got to check to make sure the input shaft is the right length by the supplier, because the last guy was given the wrong one. So first thing I'm going to do is bang the input shaft in and measure that, make sure that's right. Then I'm going to put on the flywheel and put some dowels in the adapter plate and bolt the adapter plate and bell housing to the block without the gearbox, and I'll use a dial gauge to make sure that she's perfectly centered so I don't run into any issues prematurely damaging my gearbox potentially. So yeah, that's the plans for today. Probably won't get that far through it, so it'll probably be a multi-part for me anyway. For you it'll all be in the same video, but yeah, I'll get on with it. That's one done. Double check that I've measured everything right. And yeah, if it works out, I'll just make the other one. So I've got the adapter plate sort of properly bolted to the bell housing now. Could do with a couple of longer bolts down the bottom, but it's alright for test fitting purposes. This will be fine. So I'm going to chuck, well, maybe not, because I can't find any tools at the moment, but chuck this on the car and with the flywheel, and yes, so make sure that that's centered correctly. So I can't seem to find any of Willie's tools, which is a little frustrating because I didn't bring my own today. But I'm just going to chuck the flywheel on finger tight, and there's a dial gauge there. Put that on the flywheel. Spinny, 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 cheeky, cheeky. Though, only kind of just thinking my plan through right now. If I'm turning the motor, I can't see what the dial gauge says. I guess I'll just record it. That'll be the way to go. So on to attempt number 2 of checking to make sure the bell housing is properly aligned. I have Willie here to help me now. It'll be much easier than trying to do it by myself.
I'm not that good.
No, didn't look that good the other day when I fucking did it either. Yep, go for it. Right, I'll quickly go over what you saw in that video. So with the dial gauge spinning roundy, this is essentially what we have. So at one point, rather than re-zeroing it, we just took it if it was 0.5, but basically that way it's basically perfect. This way is out, so it's 23, so it's got to go that way, half of that. Need to make some offset dowel pins, so they'll be 0.12 of a mil offset at 30 mil long and 12 mil. So we're going to get those made up. Then hopefully we can pop the gearbox back in and then work on the gearbox mount. But yeah, fun times. Seems all the offset dowels I can find are imperial, which would require me then drilling out the bell housing and the adapter plate, and then potentially putting some more inaccuracies in there and having to change it again. So it's just as easy to get someone to make up a couple of offset dowels for us. Getting a bit more work done on this thing, so cutting giant inspection holes. Yeah, making more clearance. Willie's just cut up some plates to weld onto here for gearbox mount, so he'll be working on that while I'm away, because fabrication is his thing anyway, not mine. But yeah, some form of progress.
So we've mocked up the cross member for the gearbox. So we've done it probably a little differently to your typical cross member. So with the Samsonas, there's a couple of bushes either side here. So we've machined up a couple of these spuds, and they get bolted into the cross member. And then we've got some removable plates up there which get tapped into these plates, which are permanently welded in. And then, so as you can see, we've come down here off these plates and then put a cross in there. Unfortunately we can't make it symmetrical because we've got to access this fill bung, but also this reverse lockout cable. So it's just tapped in there to see how Scott would like it. He seems to, so we'll get in there and weld it all up. So yeah, pretty happy with that.
Yeah, it looks mint, man. Super stoked.